So a lot of people are talking about how the government right now wants to do a vote on impeachment, which is fine. It's great. You probably should do that. You'll also note that Nancy Pelosi has set the date for the 31st. That's the day after that the agreement was for the release of the full Muller transcripts, which are not going to come out because the Department of Justice is going to stonewall that. And they know that the Department of Justice is going to stonewall that. So they want to do what's called a balling of this, right? They want to take the whole thing and nutshell it and give themselves the utmost authority by finding out why the Department of Justice refuses to give them the authority so that they can supersede the process of the Department of Justice and get what they want. Because this idea of just these people coming forward is beyond that. For example, last night on MSNBC, the person who's testifying today, the renowned whatever he is with the military that supposedly reported it twice, had given a rough draft of what he was going to say today for the Congress to MSNBC. Now, you wouldn't release something like that unless you're helping to proof the revision or if you weren't having input on what was being said. So up to this point, we have seen pretty good relationships for the Congress and what they're doing until today, when the man walked in full dress uniform and regalia, and Rachel Maddow was talking on television last night at how they already have what his opening statement's going to be in a rough draft, which means that he's telegraphing it with intent for harm. Now, these closed-door proceedings were not telegraphed to be intent for harm. They were designed to be closed-door. So Nancy Pelosi's at a point where she needs more information, and she knows there is more information because of what the judge said about what's in the Muller Report. And they know that Bill Barr will not release the Muller Report because Bill Barr wiped out the ability for Bob Mueller to do any further investigation and suffocated him, told him, look, this is how it is, Bob. I don't care where you come from or who you are. If you haven't found it by now, you're not going to find it. And there's no way you could have had charges against him anyways. So you're barking up the wrong tree. Wrap it up right now. You're all done. Go home. Go fishing. And that's exactly how I would do it if I was Bill Barr. If I was paid $2 million to be Donald Trump's lawyer, but at the same time be the attorney general, I would have wrapped him up like that. So having the Bob Mueller report come out in full is detrimental. Absolutely. Nancy Pelosi knows this. So what she's doing is she's finding out what their cue is for not releasing the report so that she can snowball it into one vote by Congress that will give them the utmost authority to unlock whatever they say and to show that Bill Barr abstained from the ability to create a special counsel to investigate this. And that's why the counsel is now on the hands of the Congress because the Department of Justice has refused to do its job, and that is to be the justice of the United States of America. And so she's going to do this, and she's going to destroy a lot of different facets of it. She's pretty much going to destroy all facets of it. The big question is that when they do destroy the government, and they show that the government's corrupt in the United States of America, that democracy's for sale, that if you're rich enough or you have enough influence, you can become president and take advantage of things and do all sorts of perversions. What are they going to be able to do for the rest of the world that they've promoted democracy to? I mean, so many different countries, we've killed their leaders, put people in place. We've created this idea that democracy works, and it doesn't. China's truly right. Democracy in the light of capitalism alone will not function because democracy will be purchased. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's exactly what the book of Revelation said would come upon us. It is a revelation. It is something we grow through and from, and therefore we live through in the name of God. All of us as one people in the following of God, in the name of God, Salah.